Marketing in a recession is challenging for organizations of all sizes, but it also provides a lot of opportunities for business growth. The right digital marketing strategies will actually set you apart from the competition. You're here to win, so let's focus on 6 digital marketing strategies that you can implement today to start increasing your revenue in a recession. Hey, I'm Ricky Wolf, founder of MyClinic, and if you like this video, consider subscribing to this channel and maybe liking this video. We'll post a lot of videos about B2B marketing strategies that you can implement to increase your revenue and the pipeline that you generate for your company. But before we dive into the 6 digital marketing strategies that you can implement to increase your revenue in a recession, I want to say a few words about marketing budgets in a recession. A lot of companies actually cut their marketing budget in a recession. But many digital marketing initiatives actually allows you to get marketing leads at a discount. This is because the market is less saturated in a recession. Digital marketing initiatives and some strategies will actually ensure business continuity and ensure that you will come out of the recession victorious and stronger than your competition. You really need to recession-proof your business. So let's look at 6 digital marketing strategies that you can implement in a recession to increase your revenue. The first digital marketing strategy that you can implement are virtual events. As you know, B2B events are one of the most powerful lead generation tools out there for B2B marketing. The reason is that you can get your sales in front of your prospects straight away and they can actually build meaningful relationships with them. But B2B events are very expensive. It can easily cost up to 10,000 euros to sponsor a single event. I've even paid up to 200,000 to sponsor an event. So it's very expensive, and on the contrary, virtual events are very cost effective to set up. If you do it right, you can still build meaningful relationships with your prospects. So I've actually made a separate video on how to set up virtual events successfully with the right platforms that you need, with the right tools that you need, the right equipment such as microphones. So I'll actually leave a link down in the description so you can view that video and set up your virtual event successfully. And actually with this situation around COVID-19, a lot of people are actually used to attending virtual events. So it's very common to do this, and this also means that your rate of success will be higher because it will be easier to drive attendance to virtual events because people are used to it. So a great example of a virtual event are virtual roundtable discussions. They are very cost effective to set up. You just need a video conferencing platform such as Microsoft Teams, maybe Zoom or Google Meet. And then there's also very cost effective, right? And especially if you do it with a partner, you can split the cost. Really, with a virtual roundtable discussion, most of your cost will go to an independent moderator if you choose to have one. And that's maybe like $1,500, maybe $2,000, depends on the quality of the moderator. But that's much less costly than in-person events. I also wrote an article about how to set up virtual roundtable discussions, and I'll leave a link down in the description. With a recession, you have to be intelligent, you have to be resourceful, and there's a lot of untapped potential when it comes to virtual events. So use that untapped potential and beat your competition. This way you'll come out of a recession stronger. The second digital marketing strategy in a recession is to actually increase your programmatic advertising spend. Most companies in a recession, they will cut advertising spend, but actually a lot of companies are doing that. So the competition for keywords will go down, and also the competition for ad spaces will go down with programmatic advertising. And this actually means that you can reach more people with less marketing budget, and this is great. But that doesn't mean that you just should blindly increase your programmatic advertising spend. You need to have a good strategy behind it. With programmatic advertising, you can do a lot of things. You can place ads in front of people depending on the content they're consuming, based on the company that they work for, based on their location. Sometimes you can even divide it by job roles, right? So if they're senior decision makers, you can choose to place ads in front of them. Or if maybe they're buying influencers, you can choose to show a different set of ads to these people. You can even integrate programmatic advertising into your CRM. So let's say you're using Salesforce and your sales team just registered a new opportunity on Salesforce. Well, you can automate this by integrating your programmatic advertising platform with your CRM to automatically show a different set of advertisements to companies where you have a new business opportunity. This also means that when they progress in the sales cycle, so maybe they will go to the 50% stage in your sales cycle, you can show a different set of ads. The leads will be warmer, the company will know your product a little bit better or your offerings, so now you have to show a different set of ads. So increasing your programmatic advertising spend in a recession is very effective, but you need to have a good strategy behind it. And of course, I also wrote an article about programmatic advertising and what it is, and I'll also leave a link down in the description below so you can read it at your convenience. The third digital marketing strategy in a recession is of course email marketing. I couldn't really leave email marketing out because it is a very effective way to do marketing still in B2B environments. Email marketing campaigns are very cost effective, but a lot of times people are a little bit ungrateful about their email database. They are spamming their users and this is not, well, user friendly, and people are just going to unsubscribe, and this is not something that you want. You'll spend a lot of money actually increasing your email subscribers, so you also need to nurture them effectively. You need to only send them emails when it's relevant to them, and otherwise they're just going to unsubscribe and you have wasted money. So you really should be optimizing your email campaigns. You need to have very effective nurture. So maybe you have to segment your nurture based on the personas, maybe based on the industries where they are in the sales cycle. And if you don't do this, if you don't have a good nurture program, it's not going to be as effective. So in a recession, of course, your marketing funds might be limited, so you need to make the most out of your email marketing database. The fourth digital marketing strategy in a recession is to increase your output of value-based content. During a recession, it's common knowledge that consumer confidence declines, right? Also, budgets will be stricter and B2B transactions are often quite high. So this means that purchasing teams, they will actually do more due diligence, they'll do more research on your company, and they really need to see the value that you're going to bring to that company. So value-based content is actually critical to build trust with your audience and with your prospects in order to make sales cycles easier. So to increase the level of trust that companies have with your company, you can think of value-based content such as customer case studies. This is always very important. Industry-specific messages and landing pages, because when someone from the finance industry is on your website, they want to see what your company did in order to help other companies in the same vertical. So if you are in retail, you want to see what your company did in order to generate value for other retail companies. You can also think of things such as ROI calculators and case studies, and this really shows how much return on investments your offerings and your solutions have generated for your customers. This is incredibly powerful content, and this will increase the level of trust that other companies and your prospects have in your company. In general, there is a lot of benefits to value-based content. First, it will increase the average deal sizes because you'll be adopted as a strategic partner to a company. This means that the adoption will increase of your products and offerings, which means larger deal sizes. Also, it will have an increased level of trust. Companies will trust you more, and this of course is very beneficial. It helps building a good relationship with your customers, and the sales cycles are faster. So if you can really pinpoint the value that you're going to create for your customers, or your prospective customers I should say, it will be easier for your sales to actually close a deal. So with every digital marketing campaign, always think about this question: what's in it for them? What's in it for the audience? If you always keep this in mind when setting up new marketing campaigns, you're going to create content that's valuable for your audience, and the results of your campaigns will actually be much better. So instead of launching feature-based content, launch value-based content. The fifth digital marketing strategy in a recession is layering in content syndication with intent-based marketing. So of course, content syndication has always been a very prominent lead generation strategy for B2B companies, but the leads that you acquire from content syndication campaigns are often quite cold, and even if you add qualification questions, it's still going to be quite cold. But if you layer in content syndication and intent-based marketing, you will actually generate very warm leads that are of higher quality, and your sales team will love you for this. So intent-based marketing, of course, looks at the behaviors that your target audience is displaying on external websites, right? So maybe they're researching a certain topic, and if you have this data, you can actually provide relevant content to their research questions. So let's say your target audience is researching the best CRM systems, maybe you have a great white paper about this and you can actually put this white paper in front of that company so it's more relevant to them because it's what they're researching. By layering in content syndication with intent-based marketing, you can actually be more targeted with your campaigns. This means that maybe the cost per lead will be higher because you're more targeted, you're doing more research on the type of leads that you want to generate. But at the end, the return of investment will be higher because the leads that you generate are much warmer, they're higher quality, and you'll generate more deals from those people. So of course, in a recession, you need to get the most out of your marketing budget. So by layering in content syndication and intent-based marketing, you'll actually generate higher quality leads. Of course, I've also written an article about intent-based marketing, so I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to have more information about what intent-based marketing can mean for your company. The sixth digital marketing strategy in a recession is to build trust and authority through the use of customer success stories. So customer success stories are important anyway. It doesn't matter if it's a recession or not, but they are one of your most valuable marketing tools that you have. And I don't see companies using them effectively enough. I see many times that companies generate customer success stories, they post on their website, but they don't really do a good job in promoting that content. And customer success stories are extremely powerful, so you need to have a very good promotional plan for your customer success stories. So maybe you write a customer success story, but you can also transform this in a video and post to social media, for example. You can also give it to sales in PDF, so when they talk to customers, they have their customer success stories ready. Of course, you can also use your customer success stories in your programmatic advertising efforts, right? So maybe you are targeting a company in retail. If you have a customer success story in retail, you can use this content to convince your other retail prospects to consider your product. The goal with customer success stories is to actually build trust from your prospects that are in the same industry as your customer success story is about. Of course, if you have very happy customers, you can also invite them to do reference calls and other activities. You can ask them to speak at events, for example. So really, customers are a very powerful marketing tool that shouldn't be overlooked. Marketing in a recession is challenging, but with the right digital marketing strategies and with the right tactics, with the right approach, you can actually make the most out of your marketing budget and still generate a lot of revenue for your company in a recession. So that wraps up this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you next time.